Good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of Finweek Money Matters. Remember, this is the show that helps you manage your finances. I'm Dumisho Greater. Coming up in today's talk, we talk to Travelstart's chief executive about the online travel agency's ambitious partnership with MTN. Then we'll be taking a look at the logistics company Supergroup's recent winning performance. And later on in the show, as we do, I'll be joined by a panel of experts to discuss a topic that is probably on most South Africans' minds at the moment. Yes, our economy. Are we going to be able to get back on track? And what does the Finance Minister's Pravin Gordhan's budget mean for your pocket as a consumer? Of course, you want to stick around to find out. But do remember that we do welcome your feedback, so send it back to us. Email us at moneymatters@abn360.com. But first, let's take a look at this week's Trend of the Week. Online travel agency Travelstart.com was founded in Sweden in 1999 by its chief executive, that is Stephan Ekbergh, and started operating in South Africa from its headquarters in Cape Town in 2006. It has since grown into one of Africa's largest online travel booking websites, earning revenue of more than $200 million in 2015. Despite the slowing global economic growth and travel alerts in the wake of terrorism, Travelstart has shown no signs of slowing down. In fact, the online agency is focusing on its mobile-first strategy, thanks to a new partnership with the telecoms group MTN. But joining us from our Cape Town studio to tell us all about this is the Travelstart founder and chief executive, that is Stephan Ekbergh. Good afternoon to you, Stephan. Thank you so much for making the time to join us this afternoon. Tell us about Travelstart's offering to start off with, before we start looking at the partnership that you do have currently with MTN.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on the show. It's a real privilege for me. So Travelstart is an online travel company, and really what we have based our business around is really three things. It's about simplicity, making everything super simple for the customers, and I already knew when we started in Africa that would be a great value proposition, because everything we do in Africa is often very complicated, from finding what we want to buy and payment, etc., etc. The second thing is, of course, getting really low fares to the customers, and we have built great systems to aggregate fares from all the airlines and various travel suppliers around the world to serve that to the customers. And on top of that, we have very good sales teams that go out and negotiate great deals with airlines for our customers. And then lastly, it's about having a great service, and I also knew that service is something where you can win people's hearts in Africa, because I came here first time in the 80s, and I saw that service levels often are quite low in most industries. So that was one thing we were really passionate about, giving great service to the customers.
Of course, you're talking about negotiations and the African footprint, and MTN comes to mind right now. How did that partnership come about?
Okay, so that's an interesting story, actually. So we started about 14 months ago to look for partners to expand our business, and I've been running this business for the last 16 years. And I wanted it to be like a proper partner, almost like a marriage, really. And so for me, it was really important to find that. So we talked to all the usual suspects and the unusual suspects, and our banker pointed us in the direction of a boutique firm in England called Amadeus Capital. And I met with them, and we saw that we looked at life very much similar. To my surprise, they said that MTN was one of the large investors in their fund, and that took me by complete surprise. And of course, I was really excited about that. So it came on the back of our deal with Amadeus, really.
Stephan, I can understand the value add that this is going to have for Travelstart. Looking at your earnings, you said it was more than 200 million in the year 2015. So talk to us about the further revenue potential with this partnership with MTN, and also what's in it for MTN.
Well, so there are a couple of things really. So, one thing is the capital increase that they've done into our company. And of course, we will use that to increase, both our innovation and the technology efforts and everything that we want to do in the mobile space. But it'll also give us, bigger opportunity to market ourselves throughout the countries we're in right now. I think though, the really cool thing here is that MTN is really, has got incredible footprint throughout the continent here with 250 million subscribers. And we can give these 250 million subscribers incredible offers that they otherwise wouldn't get access to. So that's like a clear benefit to MTN. And I also think that MTN, they want to look into the future. They see that travel is an enormous category, more than 50 billion on the continent of Africa, and right now, maybe the online penetration as far as travel go is only, less than 5% in certain countries. So of course, they know that this is only going to grow. Scandinavia, where I come from, online travel now sits at around 70%. So that's just big upside there.
Obviously, you're always looking for innovations and new opportunities. Talk to us about any new innovations that you're looking to incorporate into this partnership.
Yeah, so of course, today, Africa is far behind. So when it comes to e-commerce, everybody's thinking about the desktop, and of course, that revolution has already happened in most part of the world, and it's still to a certain degree happening in Africa. But in many countries in Africa, you will leapfrog the whole desktop revolution and go straight into mobile. And when it comes into mobile, it becomes a completely different game altogether, because there everything becomes about personalization. So while I think that desktop in the past was all about price and convenience, the mobile will be really a lot about personalization, and that's something that is quite hard to figure out, and it's not done in an afternoon. So it will not be the old world, in a new format, but it'll be a completely new world, and it'll change people's behavior. So that's something that we are very excited about to develop together with MTN.
Thank you so much for that, Stephan, and best of luck. Of course, we'd like to have you back again so you can give us an update on how this partnership is going. That was Travelstart founder and Chief Executive Stephan Ekbergh. Let's now take a look at this week's Killer Trade.